In today's Leeds news, Paiampalo news, injury update, Leeds set to sign Rodon, Max Aarons in advanced talks, and Oliver Skipp is a consideration for Leeds. Hiya folks, Jer here at The View on the 9th of August. Hopefully have got my kit fixed. We can actually start doing some proper stuff. Thanks everyone for bearing with me in the nice comments yesterday. Bit really stressful day yesterday, so I apologise for if I had a tone in my replies to anybody in the comments. Incredibly stressful. I had to leave the house twice to get the laptop fixed, but it's done. A bit of news floating around this morning. Some really good news. Things are starting to heat up in the transfer market and Leeds are on the move. Let's get into this and we'll start off with some news of potential incoming. We've talked a lot about this player over the last month. As more news keeps coming out about the player, and it's Paiampalo, the Finnish striker from Venezia. According to a report in Italy, the outlet TMW are claiming that Leeds are now in a two-horse race head-to-head with West Ham United for the signature of Paiampalo. The 63-capped Finnish striker is expected to leave Venezia this summer, and there is a bit of interest from both clubs. West Ham obviously looking to fill gaps left by the departure of Scamacca to Atalanta. They are, according to Tutto Mercato in Italy, they claim that West Ham are very much in the driving seat on this and are very much the likely out destination for Pohjanpalo, but Leeds are still in the mix and still in talks apparently. The report also states that Blackburn and Norwich are keeping an eye on the situation but are not directly involved in any of the transfer stuff currently. Let's move on to injury updates before we get to the main news. And Leeds yesterday confirmed that Liam Cooper is indeed out for a considerable amount of time. Cooper will be out for 8 weeks on what has been confirmed as a foot injury that he picked up after scoring the goal against Cardiff on Sunday. It's a bit of a blow for Leeds, but with reinforcements potentially coming in, they may have dodged a bullet here slightly, but other injury news that we won't be wanting to hear this. Chris Somerville is expected to be out for up to 3 weeks with a groin injury that he picked up in the closing stages of the game. You would hope that wasn't in the celebrations, but he's expected to be out. This might open the door for Ian Poveda to get maybe an extended run in the team. But it makes the decision about tonight's game against Shrewsbury a little bit more tricky. You would expect Poveda to start tonight. Do Leeds now hold Poveda back because they might need to start him against Birmingham at the weekend? The knock-on impact of injuries. Also, now Junior Ferber, what's the latest on him? Well, he tore his lateral ligaments in his knee, which is a bad enough injury in pre-season, and he's expected to be out for 4 more weeks, so you won't see him back till after the international break. A lot of talk about whether Junior Ferber will be a very good championship left back, and do we need any more left backs? Well, maybe we don't. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. And on fullbacks, Cody Drama is said to still be following concussion protocol after getting a bang in the head against Monaco in the pre-season friendly. That can be anything from a couple of days to a couple of weeks, depending on the severity of the concussion and how he's been progressing with the concussion protocol going forward. So one to keep an eye on there as well. Moving on to the main stories today and the incomings, and Leeds are set to sign Joe Rodon from Tottenham Hotspur. Late last night, Mike McGrath broke the news that Spurs and Leeds have agreed a deal in principle last night for the loan of Joe Rodon from Spurs to Leeds United. This morning, Fabrizio Romano has also doubled down on that, but he is now claiming the deal is completed with a medical pending, and Leeds will have this deal likely done before the weekend. Phil Haight, the Athletic, has now come on board as well, and he has said that Leeds expect to have this wrapped up and done and dusted so that he can play in the game against Birmingham this weekend, which is a great one to have. Rodon, very much a Daniel Farke-esque signing, ball playing defender, good in the air, median tackles. Huge shout out to our friend Andrea for calling this over in Joe's show. Andrea Russo, he absolutely is nailing his predictions. He's predicted Ampadu, he's now predicted Rodon, Max Aarons he's mentioned as well. So the transfer whisper is doing great work over there, so well done to him. But yeah, very much a good signing for Leeds United. Would add an awful lot. Had a very good loan spell at Rennes last year as well. Good age, 25 years of age, Welsh international with no need to Nampadu. Dan James really, really well as well. So nice connections there. So that continues to move. No inside whether there's any options to buy on the player yet. At the moment, it does look like a straight up loan deal, but we'll have to keep an eye and wait and see what happens when announced. Moving on to other potential signings. This one came out of the blue and out of nowhere again this morning. Leeds doing a very good job of keeping their powder dry and their mouths shut when it comes to leaking out information. We've heard of Nat Phillips and other players been linked for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I know Joe Rodon comes out of nowhere last night, and Max Aarons has come out of nowhere this morning. He was linked with Leeds very, very early in the window, but according to this morning, it started off with Norwich side Pink Un who they said that editor Paddy Devitt claimed that Leeds were in advanced talks to sign the Norwich fullback. Well, it's changed this morning as well. There's been plenty of other people who have jumped on this. Tim Thornton from Sky Sports has also claimed, and the term he has also used is Leeds are in advanced talks to sign Max Aarons. Phil Hay and The Athletic have done a piece this morning on this as well, also saying that Leeds are in advanced talks for the permanent signing of Max Aarons. So it looks like this one's very close to being done as well. He is in the last 12 months of his deal. There's rumours of a fee of up to 12 million. I take that with a pinch of salt right now. Just again, bearing in mind we were looking at spending 6 or 7 million on Carl Darlow. We ended up spending 400,000. So the fees are negotiable and being done very discreetly behind the scenes. If it's completed, that could, if these two bids do go through, that's 5 signings in for Leeds. The backline, look, the goalkeeping position will be done, the backline will be done, and then it's a case of moving into the midfield. The Athletic have also confirmed this morning that they say that Leeds are still very keen on Gustavo Hamer from Coventry, and one that they will probably move late in the window once the likes of Tyler Adams and that have moved out and there's money available to go after a big signing. Coventry are said to be sticking to their valuation, which is what put Burnley off signing Hamer as well. But, probably one of the best midfielders in the Championship, and especially from an attacking perspective, it should be one Leeds should have a look at. On Max Aarons, for those who are asking who plays right back now, is it Aarons or is it Cody Drama? Who is it that plays right back? Should be said that Aarons can play comfortably as a left back as well, and did play in the under-23s World Cup for England, European Championship for England, that they won as a left back as well, and did very, very well there. If you put Drama and Aarons stats together from 2 seasons, just a massive shout out to Tom Cairnduff on Twitter for putting these together as well. If you look at Cody Drama's last season at Luton, he averaged 0.42 shots per game. He averaged 1.62 progressive runs per 90 and 72.4% passing accuracy. Compare that to Max Aarons during Norwich's last promotion season. He averaged a 0.56 shots per game, 2.69 progressive passes in the 90 and 84.15% passing accuracy. So on paper, a better passer, more aggressive going forward. The issue will always be defensive. Cody Drama proved last season at Luton he's excellent going forward, but he was the most dribble passed fullback in the league. From a defensive perspective, that's something to keep an eye on there as well. There's still no news on what's going on with Cody Drama and Luke Ayling's situation there. Is Aaron's replacement for Ayling maybe? Is it Drama leaving? We just don't know. We have to keep an eye on this, and it's gone quiet on potential places for Cody to go. His injuries kind of stopped him starting the season, so that's kind of put him back a little bit. So, and then surprise news, and this I would just say this is from the Daily Express. They've gotten a couple of things right so far this summer, but I will say with them is this. This is in the kind of pinch of salt, slightly reaching territory. But according to the Daily Express, Daniel Farke is also considering a move for Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Oliver Skipp. Skipp played 31 games last season for Spurs and was expected to have a major role in the team this season. Of the 86 games he played in total for Spurs, 31 came last season. So very much a breakout season for the player. And as I said, he was expected to have a bigger role. However, with the new appointment of Ange Postecoglou as manager and with what looks like a pretty big rebuild going on at Spurs at the moment, it's unclear whether Skipp will actually play any part in that team or whether he's the kind of midfielder that Postecoglou wants. I should say the article does say he is expected to stay, but Leeds might dip in and try a loan towards the end of the window on Oliver Skipp to see if it can happen. But as I said, this is, for me, is very, very much in the rumour mill territory for me. But I'm including it because the Daily Express have gotten a couple of things right so far this summer. And that's going to be it for today, folks. Look, usual stuff. If you like the channel, you want to help us out, you want to subscribe and share the videos, that would be great. You can like them as well, which gives them a push. And I'm back tomorrow morning for more Leeds news. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.